RPM is steady going down right here. We got a serious problem of some sort. Right there's the gate. I'm literally going a half a mile an hour. No throttle whatsoever. No nothing. That means pain in the butt. Today on the Stoney Ridge Farm channel, Big T is down. She's in limp mode, and it's all because of DEF, the DEF system, emission systems in tractors. I never want a new tractor again. Such a pain in the butt. I can't figure it out. Good morning, buddy. Good morning, big old fat kitty. Where'd you go? Hey, buddy boy. Good morning. Kitty, kitty. You want to love a kitty, kitty? No love? You want to come play? Come on. Come with me. Good boy. What are you doing? We shake it? Good boy. Good boy. Go ahead. Oh, so frustrating. Frustration. The tractor is down. We're in limp mode. Guys, come along. We got to troubleshoot this tractor together. This is the TYM T1104. I've not had any issue with this machine ever. And yesterday, it started acting up on me. And it's something to do with this government-controlled emission system making this tractor not run. Come along, let's have some fun. Let's troubleshoot and see if we can get it fixed without spending 500 bucks to haul it to the dealership. My closest dealership is 70 miles away. All right, guys, welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm channel. We got tractor problems, and I have not experienced this tractor problem with any other machine ever in the history of my tractoring. This is an emissions control system problem, a computer problem with this tractor. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't like emission systems on these new machines. This new Tier 4 emission system is wrong. I'm going to talk to you about how this works and what it does and what I've done so far. And the tractor's in limp mode, which means I can only get it on a trailer or get it back to the barn, and it's slowly not retaining RPM at all. It won't work. The tractor simply won't work. It's a good fail-safe system to keep you from damaging your machine. However, it's not a good fail-safe system for a guy that needs to work his tractor. I need to mow this pasture right here. So let's go into the details of what's going on. This is the TYM T1104 tractor. It's been awesome. I do believe this has the Doosan engine in it. It's a 110 horsepower tractor. I do see some maintenance items that I need to address right here. I need to clean these filters out. I need to blow all this out. I really need to get a pressure washer in and just clean up the tractor just a little bit. I've had this tractor for somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 years. It's got close to 300 hours on it, and I've had no issues whatsoever. This is the DEF, diesel exhaust fluid, the DEF system on this, and this is the DEF pump on this machine. What I'm experiencing in here is a service engine light that I've never seen before, and I'm going to show you what it is before we light the dash up. This is the SCR warning lamp. SCR stands for something to do with the emission system. If I look back into my manual and I see what it says to do when the SCR light is on, is take it to the dealer. That's all it says to do. It doesn't say to do any of the stuff that we're getting ready to try right here. But I did happen to talk to a local dealer service guy, and I asked him a few things that I might be able to do to maybe get this tractor where I can use it again before I get it down there, because I need to mow this pasture. We are getting into mowing season, and I'm going to be busy mowing. So this is the battery compartment. This is the off and on switch. So we are currently in battery on mode. I'm going to shut the battery off. Okay, that shuts all power to the entire computer system and everything on this tractor. There's a couple other tricks that we're going to show you also with this TYM T1104 that I've learned over the years, and I might as well, while we're waiting on this, I may as well go ahead and open this up. So inside this compartment, there is a reset somewhere inside this compartment. I've had to do it one time before when I had trouble with the lift system, and that's right up there. This has the Bosch electronic controlled lift system. And man, I'm all about everything just being old school and being manual on machinery. But you know, it's something that we just simply can't get away from. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna pop this guy open, set this cover off to the side. And underneath here, if I remember correctly, is a reset. Okay, there's your computer, okay? We'll set this guy out to the side here. This is our computer, I guess our TCM or control module. It says controller unit function. So that's what we have. Everything here is drive-by-wire. So you can see the throttle here, you would think it would be connected by a rod. Nope, it's drive-by-wire. It's all electronic. Everything here is all electronic. This is what I need to disconnect and reconnect. And we may try that again later. I think that is that reset that I'm talking about right there. Disconnect this wire for 5 minutes and reconnect it is what I'm told. Should be doing the same exact thing as disconnecting the battery. And we're gonna leave that disconnected for just a few minutes. I didn't do anything to make this happen. I have only ran through 2 gallons of DEF, diesel exhaust fluid, or DEF fluid, which is basically urea, which attaches itself to the molecules of the exhaust and makes them fall to the ground instead of float in the air. I guess. I don't know. If there's a better description for a DEF system, you guys let me know. What we got behind the tractor here is the Woods Batwing. This is the BW15.5, and I just mowed up above my pond with that. No issues whatsoever. Plenty of power, did everything it was supposed to do, but when I first started the tractor up, the engine light, the service engine light came on. So we're gonna hop up in here and we're gonna try several different things. We're gonna try to regen. We're also gonna try to cycle this thing through and make it reset its own light. So it's testing itself constantly. So we'll go ahead and we'll turn the battery back on. Right there, we're gonna hop into the cab of the tractor. I'm gonna take my manual just in case. I always keep, this is a shop manual, I keep it in there with the machine all the time. Okay, fingers crossed here. Here are the lights that come on. The engine light, and there is a flashing light right here. That's that, what do we say, SCR warning lamp, okay? So let's start it up and see what it does. All right, so we just started it up. We've got flashing lights. This light just flashed also. The engine light's flashing. This means it's in limp mode right here. So let me rev it up and show you. This is the throttle. Nothing. It won't do anything. It will not rev up. It will only get you home. And that's what it's designed to do. Super, super frustrating. So what is the solution to this? I have no earthly idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get in here and I'm going to pull that wire loose that I just showed you guys. After turning the tractor on and off several times, that's when it decides it's going to go into limp mode. And evidently limp mode is when these start flashing. We're still going to work at this and we're going to see what we can do. What have I done so far? I did a regen. And what am I going to do right now? I'm going to regen. So regen is this button right here. And I simply hit this button and let it run for about 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to hit this. My throttle is all the way back. Again, everything is electronically controlled. My throttle is all the way back here. We're going to hit the regen button and it should automatically rev up. Ooh, look, our lights quit flashing right here. Let's see if we can get any throttle. No throttle. No throttle response whatsoever, not even from here. Nothing. So let's regen it and see what she does. We're going to hit the regen button, hold it down, it should rev up. 2.5 seconds. There it goes. The RPM should slowly increase. Yep. It's really loud. Really loud. This is going to take 20 minutes. We'll see you guys as soon as it gets done. And I don't know, cross your fingers for me. I've regened it one time already. I hope this isn't going to hurt the tractor by regenning it again. Fingers crossed. Let's see if it fixes it. What are you doing, boy? Is this a good opportunity for dog loving? Yes, sir. I think it is. I think so. Happy, 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 happy. So we're regenning right now, and it's really, really loud out. The exhaust system is cranking some heat out of there, and it has a horrible, sooty, weird, not so good smell to it. I don't know if that's part of the issue here. I did visually inspect everything underneath here to see if there's anything that I'm missing that may have just come unplugged or something like that. We may get up underneath there again together and just double check everything, make sure it's all plugged up. The tractor was sitting. It was running fine until I got in it and started it yesterday. So we still have both of our lights on right here. This is that SCR warning lamp right here. This is our depth fluid. It's all the way full. This is our RPM. We're just above, I guess we're at about 2350. Check engine light's still on. EGT exhaust gas temperature is up. And this is our regen right here. It takes about 20 minutes for it to regen. I'm not running the air conditioning. I'm not running anything. Once it regens, we'll see if we get throttle again. If we don't get throttle again, we're gonna turn it back off, let the DEF system cycle, and then we're gonna turn it back on and see if we get throttle again. If we don't get throttle again, I'm gonna unplug a wire and see if that works. It's quite the issue here. 268.2 hours, I've not had one issue other than trying to figure out this Bosch system right here. It's all electronic. More electronics, in my opinion, more issues, always more issues. More emissions control, more issues. This is government mandated stuff right here. Any tractor, I think, that's above 60 horsepower, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. It's hot, super hot here. Is Walmart DEF fluid my problem? Is that what happened? Is it putting a lesser expensive DEF fluid? It should all be the same, one would think. We've been running for about 15 minutes now. Check engine light is still on. And that SCR warning lamp is on. Very frustrating. Okay, so we just regened. Will we have throttle? I'm really nervous about this. We do have throttle. We have throttle back. It feels smoother than it did before, but our service lights are still on. I don't know if it'll run a diagnostic here in a second and maybe shut those off. Did it just need to regen? I don't know. We're gonna look right here. So we do have throttle, which is awesome. We're gonna run that throttle on up a little bit. Oh man, it's much more responsive than it was. Keep an eye on this guy and see what it does. These tractors with emissions control systems on them like this are not made to run gently, okay? So like Grandpa's old Massey Ferguson 135 or 240 or whatever, he puts around on it, or old Ford tractor, they put around on it. These are not made to do that. You need to run this at half throttle or more most all the time. Letting this tractor sit and idle is horrible for it. Also, the other tractor that has the DPF filter, it doesn't have DEF. It's a 55 horsepower tractor. It just regens like we just did. You gotta keep these things revved up. If you don't, it will damage them. It'll damage that emission system. So we're gonna rev it on up a little bit more here, about half throttle. Both these lights were on the whole time I was mowing yesterday, but at least we ran it through the regen and it allowed us to use the tractor again. I may take this thing and go mow. I'm I'm very inclined to do that. I think we're gonna go mow this pasture right up here beside us. I think that's the best thing to do. And we'll see if it turns back off or if it goes back into limp mode again. Fingers crossed. We'll see if she'll mow. If this is just the woes of having a tractor with emission systems like this. This is the Woods Batwing. I'm just raising up the wings so we can pull down into the pasture. Brake off. Forward. Okay. There we go. Alright, we gotta make sure we don't hit the gate there. What you doing, buddy? Yep, good to go. I like for my RPM to be about 1700 when I engage my PTO. Nice. That kicked in. Okay, second gear low is what I normally run her in. Let's see what we can do. Ain't gonna work. We're losing RPM. It's flashing. We're going into limp mode. Let's get it back to the house mode. Ah, this is so frustrating. Let's turn off the PTO, get this thing back up. Ah, so frustrating. So I'm at full throttle right now and I got no throttle response whatsoever. If I back the RPMs off, it's gonna really slow us down to idle speed. The gate's right up here. Cross your fingers I can get through the gate. This is not the way I wanted to start my day today, guys. RPM is steady going down right here. We got a serious problem of some sort that we've just got to address. I'm gonna have to load this puppy up and take it to the dealership. The problem is I don't have a trailer. I sold my gooseneck trailer because I never use it. I never hauled anything anywhere. So in selling the gooseneck trailer, I made about 500 bucks. This is gonna eat every bit of the profit up from selling that gooseneck trailer. It's barely creeping home now. I've got it at full throttle and we are pushing about the 1250 throttle mark right here. It's just enough to get it home. Let's see if I can speed it up a little bit. See, our warning light, when it starts to flash like that, that's when she's gone into limp mode. And it just continues to go down. The RPMs continue to drop. We are almost at total idle speed right here. I'm gonna have to back off and slow it down. I hope I can get out of the pasture. Nothing, no throttle whatsoever. All I got is get back home gear. Probably should be in a lower gear. Let's see. There we go. I'm going a half a mile an hour now. We got one more trick up our sleeve we're gonna try. I'm glad I got the pasture mode yesterday, but I'm very disappointed in this. Literally going, right there's the gate. I'm literally going a half a mile an hour. No throttle whatsoever. No nothing. Super, super frustrating. Before all this happened, let me tell you, I had some warning signs probably for the last, I don't know, year, I would get a warning light that would pop up, and it would be the EGT, which is the exhaust gas temperature light that would light up for me. I don't know if that had something to do with it. It would light up, and after about 10 minutes of running, it would go away and it wouldn't affect anything. This is the worst problem I've had with any TYM tractor. This is not against TYM tractors, but guys, this is in no way a negative on TYM tractors. This is a parts issue probably, and it's an emissions issue. I have had no issues whatsoever with this tractor. It's been fantastic. I just want to let y'all know that. I'm not sponsored by TYM. I worked with TYM for several years, and we no longer work together with TYM. So this isn't a promo. This is real world. All right, so now I'm going to shut it back off. We're in the shade now. That's a DEF pump. You guys can probably hear that. Let me get my microphone a little closer. Hear that? Instead of pumping, it's making a squeaking noise. I wonder if it's out of DEF fluid. It's showing that it has DEF fluid. It's showing here that it doesn't have DEF fluid. You know what we need to do? Let's run to the auto parts store and see if putting some new DEF works. I mean, that could be super simple. Could that be the issue? Let's go to the parts store and see. So several hours later, I ran to the store. I thought about this. What in the world caused this? What was different the last time I used the tractor? Well, what was different is just before I parked the tractor last time, I filled up the DEF tank with Walmart DEF. Is that the problem? Is the DEF tank empty? As I walked away from the tractor here, could this be a Josh error, I guess is the biggest question. As I walked away from the tractor just a little bit ago, I did this number. Is there DEF fluid in there? That's the question. There's a meter on the outside right here, and there's a ball in that meter. The ball should be up here if there is DEF fluid in the DEF tank. So we're gonna take this waste of time liquid and put it in the tractor right here. By the way, save these. They're really, really handy. You can put this on a standard oil container, and you can pour oil in a place that's kind of off, like working on a tractor. So, without further ado, let's DEF her up and see what she does. While I'm filling up this DEF, I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna turn off the entire system so it resets itself, maybe. By the way, this feels like fall out here. It's so nice. What a beautiful day to have a tractor mess up. I save my caps. This cap will go into a bag. I save various caps around the farm and I keep them in a Ziploc baggie, and sometimes you need a cap for something and you can't find it. I save those caps and I save these right here because I use them. Okay, up we go. This is a more premium DEF product called Blue DEF Platinum. Saves money on it's full. The DEF tank is slap full. Do you see that? It poured out on the ground. What's gonna happen where it poured out on the ground? That's gonna be a really, really green spot in the yard. Guys, in case you didn't know, urea is what DEF fluid is. And urea, this has a certain percentage of urea. It'll say it on there. Maybe it won't say it on there, but you can Google it. It has urea in it. Urea is what they put in fertilizer. So, interesting. That's the nitrogen component of fertilizer. Now, good thing I saved that cap, because I got a recapper. Now I got to give this to a buddy of mine. He's got a diesel truck because I have nothing else that takes DEF. If I ever get a different tractor, I'm going to get something old, because I don't want to fool with this mess anymore. So we've come to the determination that it is not a tank low of death. And as I poured that in, this little ball right here, let me show you. The ball that was all the way on the ground, or all the way at the bottom of the tank, is all the way up to here now. It was right there. Now it's all the way to here. Did I really fill the tank up? Let me try it one more time and see if I really actually filled it up. Oh, it's full. I can totally tell. That tank, that DEF tank is totally full. And that's about a 2-gallon-ish DEF tank. All right, let's get back in here, see what we got. I'm gonna kick both doors open. It's super hot. I don't wanna run the air conditioning while I'm testing. Key is on. Oh, key's not gonna work because I gotta turn the battery back on. Yeah, that's the extent of my tractor mechanic skills today on the Stoney Ridge farm, is turning the battery on and off. This is a diagnostic wire. I'm going to unplug it real quick. This is what I had to do to reset my computer one time before. Don't take that to the bank as knowledge, okay? That's something that I've done before, and I may or may not have been advised to do that. So I'm gonna pop this wire apart. That's it, okay? I think the tractor starts fine with that wire part, and that's the computer evidently right there under the dash. I had this thing, it was throwing codes related to the lift at one time back in the day. So when I turn the key on, this should show me a code. So key on, we're gonna look for a code right here. E902, E147. E902, E14. Okay, there's my codes, and that's what we got. E902, E147, D080. Did you learn something about TYM tractors just now? I think that's how you check your codes. And everything's flashing right now. So this is flashing, and there was another red light flashing just a second ago. Can I start it with that thing unhooked, and will it reset the codes? Or can I turn the key off and back on again, and will that reset the codes? Let's see. Keys off, back on, E902, 147, D080. Let's start it, contact. We're still flashing right here. We're still flashing right there. I don't even know what to think. Let's see if we get any RPMs. Nothing. Our DEF tank is full. What the heck is wrong with my tractor? Guys, I want you all to post comments down there. I'm going to look up these codes. I don't know what else to do other than a good friend of mine offered to let me use his truck and trailer to haul this. I sold my gooseneck trailer. My truck, this is a 9,000-pound tractor with the loader, without the loader on it. So my 3/4 ton truck, it would have been pushing it. It's a 2000 model. I'm going to cycle the key a couple times here, off and back on. I'm getting my codes still. Cycle that key one more time. Still getting the flash. This ain't rocket science, but I got to take it's a 120-mile round trip. I just went in and checked. I got to take this thing in for a 120-mile round trip. It's under warranty. It's going to be gone for a month, guaranteed. Let me hook that wire back up. Now, when I turn the key back on, now that I've hooked that wire back up, I don't get any codes. Why? Why isn't it showing me any codes? Why isn't it lighting up and showing me the same codes that it showed just a minute ago? Is this a diagnostic tool that is for dealers only? I have absolutely no idea. Does my book, where is my book? Does my book tell me what that code means, what those codes mean? Let's get right here and see what we got. Maybe my book tells me. Timeout, let me look at this. I got nothing on codes. All I did was find that this says SCR warning lamp. In this case, contact your workshop. Let's go get the truck. Let's load this puppy up. I'm gonna take it to the shop first thing in the morning. I don't know, guys. I want everybody. This is going to be a video with no conclusion. We're going to have to address this as soon as I figure out what was wrong. I'll post it down in the comments, guys. Keep checking back. I have no idea. I mean, there it is. Starts up, runs, 0 throttle. No throttle whatsoever. No throttle response. That is pure on limp mode. Doesn't matter whether the air conditioner is on or not. I guess maybe the next video in this series needs to be, will a 55 horsepower TYM tractor pull a Woods Batwing BW 15.5? You'll find out in a future video on the Stoney Ridge Farm. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will post a comment and pin it when I figure out what in the world has gone on with this thing. It may be a month or more. And then here I am trying to give it throttle. Nothing. I got nothing. This is straight limp mode. This is as slow as this machine will go. I'm going to drop the Batwing, hook it up to the other tractor, and see what she does. Guys, thanks so much for joining me today. We didn't get the field mode, but maybe you'll see the 55 horse TYM T1104 do it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's wrong. All I know is it's under warranty. It's got 250 hours on it. And I want a tractor that doesn't have complex electronics. I just don't want a tractor like with something that can go wrong that we have no idea what it is. I want a mechanical tractor. That's it. I was debating on whether to get a new Kubota tractor and trade this guy in. I'm not gonna get a new anything. I'm tired of new. You guys sick of new? I'm sick of new. Post it down there. Tell me what you think, guys. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge Farm. Really, really slow. Come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife, bring your kids. Living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge. Pain in the butt. Government spying on me, my tractor's broke, what are we gonna do?